This video will cover the 2017 13-inch MacBook Pro with Touch Bar, priced at around 2,588 Singapore dollars. The MacBook Pro 13-inch with Touch Bar is one of the most recent, powerful, yet expensive laptops released by Apple. Here are its factors of demand. Fashions, tastes, and attitudes. Apple is the most fashionable premium brand in the tech area, with Bloomberg reporters like Nare Kim comparing Apple with fashion companies such as Louis Vuitton. Apple has recognized consumer demand doesn't mind worse practicality for greater aesthetics. Competitors are far behind when it comes to this. Advertising. Apple holds keynotes, makes billboards, has many media accounts, advertises on YouTube and other websites. They even own their own stores and utilize many other methods of advertising. This makes them an extremely recognized brand. Demographic changes. This factor doesn't affect the MacBook Pro very much, as demand for laptops is in nearly all age groups, and a large population doesn't mean a large income. However, by population, a MacBook Air may be more susceptible and sell better as population increases, as it takes advantage of a lower income market. Ethnicity and religion don't have any major impacts on this demand. Income of consumers. This factor affects MacBook Pros significantly. A higher income makes an expensive option such as the MacBook Pro a reasonable purchase. When income rises, demand for inferior goods such as the MacBook Air or a cheap Windows laptop drop, and normal/luxury goods like the MacBook Pro rise. Price of complements. The MacBook Pro complements can be provided by third parties such as external SSDs by SanDisk. However, Apple has created what's referred to as the Apple ecosystem, where iPhones, Apple Watches, AirPods, and more are linked together easily and make each product significantly better. E.g., AirDrop is from one of these devices' connection to another. There are also services like AppleCare which provide repairs for broken devices. Price of substitutes. Substitutes vary significantly. On one hand, you have Apple's other options, e.g. the MacBook Air and the MacBook, and older models which provide a very similar experience as all Apple laptops use macOS. However, on the other hand, there is Windows laptops, which are found at all price ranges, and at the MacBook Pro's price range. The two main competitors to the MacBook Pro would be the Dell XPS and the Surface laptop, which also tail to high-income clientele. Now I'll be talking about MacBook's supply and the factors that affect it. Cost of production. For labor, factory work is handled in China for cheap workers, and their stores around the world are maintained by employees in said countries. For land, Apple uses more eco-friendly materials, with their chassis being made out of recycled aluminium and toxic-free display panels. This achieves them an RoHS environmental standard, even though a toxic solution may be cheap for them to employ. In capital, they have cutting-edge technology that is constantly added upon or updated on. Natural factors. Apple sources the main chassis of its laptop from recycled aluminium, and its chips are sourced from companies such as Intel. It is unlikely that either land or capital will be hurt badly by natural disasters, and Apple does have the resources in case of such a disaster to make a quick recovery. Changes in technology. Apple, like most tech companies, own advanced capital and machinery. They have machinery that makes recycled aluminium nearly indistinguishable from a brand new sheet. Also, they are very flexible with their production capital, as more is added or adapted to deliver new features. For example, they managed to adapt Touch ID on iPhones to the MacBook Pro 13-inch by putting a Touch ID sensor in the top right corner. Indirect taxes. Apple hasn't been affected by indirect taxes in the past, and it is unlikely that they will experience them as an issue in the future. Even if they were to be affected by one, they still have the resources and assets to recover from any shortage of supply. Subsidies. Apple has only received one grant in the past when it was a small business decades ago. This was provided by the US Small Business Administration, and Apple is unlikely to receive another one anytime soon, as it is one of the largest companies in the world, and subsidies are usually given to those who supply a necessary good, e.g. all companies who supply electricity, or for those who create a good with an external benefit, e.g. solar panels, which in turn create less air pollution. Prices of other goods. At the moment, the MacBook Pro market is not declining. In fact, Apple has put more resources behind their laptops. These resources may be coming from the failing phone market, as people are holding onto their phones for longer. It is worth saying that they have also put a lot of effort into their new iPad Pro and its laptop tablet hybrid capabilities. The availability of substitutes. Laptops are a competitive market at all price ranges. Apple is competing with Microsoft, Dell, Lenovo, and other established laptop producers. However, Apple's reputation and brand is a driving reason why consumers will go to them and barely consider a Windows alternative. Another reason why a consumer won't swap is due to an Apple ecosystem. Degree of necessity. Laptops are necessary for many jobs and industries. However, due to Apple's establishment as a luxury brand, one of its most expensive laptops is a normal good, not a necessity, and therefore is more elastic. However, this can benefit Apple, as they've made the MacBook Pro the most predominant laptop in the luxury price range. Proportion of income spent. This affects Apple a lot. As the consumer spends more income, demand for a luxury good increases. This benefiting the MacBook Pro 13-inch. Also, it makes the consumer more willing to buy into the Apple ecosystem, as they will buy products one at a time of their monthly or bi-monthly salary. We will now move on to the price elasticity of supply regarding the MacBook Pro 13-inch. Stock levels. Apple has many stores and facilities around the world that can store laptops easily and cheaply. There hasn't been a shortage supply for an Apple store in years. Production speed. Through division of labor and different suppliers, Apple can manufacture each component of the laptops, assemble them, and package them extremely easily, extremely quickly, and extremely efficiently. Spare capacity. Apple has large savings that should make it easier for them to respond to shortages. This allows them to quickly act on any shortages in the stores, which is an area they have no issue in. Ease of entry into a market. Largely due to the cost barrier of entry, the initial research required to join a market like this is expensive and discouraging, as rivals are innovative and competitive. However, Apple still faces a threat from companies like Dell, Microsoft, and Lenovo, which supply enough companies to make this industry very competitive. Now, to share what I expect from this product in the future. The MacBook Pro 13-inch is going to sell tremendously still. Whilst it isn't the latest MacBook anymore, as another one got released on the 25th of May, it is still going to sell well at a lower price. I believe this as there's still demand for MacBooks released in 2015, and regarding the MacBook Pro lineup and family, I believe it will be successful as long as industry is required. Tech companies are exploring tablet/laptop hybrids as the next biggest thing, but for the foreseeable future, the MacBook lineup will thrive. As long as Apple doesn't ignore the decreases in quality, such as the keyboards that are breaking easily and are horrible to use.